This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Monday morning to you. Not just any Monday morning. Memorial Day 2026. Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, Sirius XM Channel 158. Over here taking us in. We appreciate it. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing all right.
All right.
Doing all right.
I was out in San Francisco.
It was good. Beautiful weather. Took in Michael. Finally went out to see Michael.
How was it? It has to be great, right?
Listen, I don't know if you know this about me. I was a bit of a Michael freak as a kid. I know everybody was a Michael Jackson fan. I was obsessed. And so I thought Jafar Jackson, his nephew, Jermaine's son, was great. And I thought the casting was, their attention to detail was unbelievable. Like the actor who played Quincy Jones, like his facial structure was just like Quincy's. Same with a couple of the brothers. You know, the dancers who flanked him in the Beat It video were attention to detail on that. Like it was that kind of pedantic detail. I loved it.
I was waiting because I knew you would have details like that you were analyzing. So I didn't know if that was going to equate in I loved it or I hated it.
Well,
but they did a good job.
I loved it, except for one thing. This is only my second time to a movie theater since the pandemic. Can you answer this question for me? Is it normal to have 30 minutes of previews before the actual show starts?
Hey, man, that's the in-theater experience. You just haven't been in a while.
When did that happen? When did that start?
It's been like that for 30 years.
No, it's not.
It's terrible.
That's not true.
It's always terrible.
It used to be 3 or 4 previews. Okay, a bit of a, 10 minutes after the start time. This was 30 minutes.
What I would say is what I've noticed has changed in the past 15, 20 years is that, you just get straight up commercials now before you get previews.
Oh, now it's time. That was 7 times of that.
You get straight up commercials before you get previews.
Remember, put your phones away. Yeah, no, I remember the first 5 times. Anyway, that was my experience.
Oh, man.
On the show today, it is Memorial Day, which means baseball. Daytime, nighttime, all of it. Except for there's 2 games. There's 2 teams that are, I should say 4 teams, 2 potential games that aren't being played. So if you're a Braves fan, a Red Sox fan, a Tigers or Angels fan, I guess you don't get to play Memorial Day baseball, which is a strange thing. So we got 13 games. Greg Peterson has his thoughts on all of them today, as does Adam Burke. A little later on the show, Wes Reynolds, golf, and the NBA. Did you have Wyndham Clark by any chance, sir?
Ugh, no, but I actually did consider him pretty good.
You know what? I
just
so
the worst.
Funny. I looked at his name.
Yeah.
I was like, I could see Wyndham Clark winning this. Didn't bet it. NL Cy Young. We're going to do something today, blind resumes, because this National League Cy Young race is so good, so deep. And when I say deep, that kind of puts to bed our Mason Miller. As great as Mason Miller is, part of what had to happen for Mason Miller to win this was everybody else had to kind of be meh. Well, it's the opposite. Everybody else is great. And so we'll go blind resume. Danny Higgins had this idea. I have not looked at resumes. We'll try to guess who is who. And from that exercise, we'll try to come up with a bet on this Memorial Day. French Open thoughts. Byron Nelson's been a choppy start to the French Open for me after a really good week in the Fakakta tournaments last week. Yesterday lost a little less than a unit to start. Today, with the jury still out, we don't know how this is going to go yet. It'd be nice if Stan Wawrinka came back and won this, though, in his final French Open.
Stan.
So I had 7 picks for subscribers. The first one here, Patrick Kipson, he 2 hours before the tournament started, he's like, yeah, my abs hurt. I'm not playing. So that one's out. So we're reduced to 6 plays.
Luca Van Ash has that effect on people.
So that was a withdrawal. Zeynep Sanmez lost in straight. She was a $2 dog to Daria Kasatkina. We did hit Susan Bandecchi, though, as a plus 218 dog versus Kristina Buxa. So that got us on the board. Then a really bad performance from Petra Marchenko. She lost in straights to Eva Lise. I cannot explain what happened there. So Wawrinka and Udvardy are playing. The only one left today is Gael Monfils, minus 115 versus Hugo Gaston in Monfils' last ever French Open. Both Wawrinka and Monfils, it's throwback day today on a numbers game with these players.
For real.
Both of these guys, this is their final year on tour for both Wawrinka and for Marchenko, and for Monfils, pardon me, Wawrinka and Monfils. Wawrinka distinction, the only guy to win multiple slams during the Big Three, Big Four era. won the Australian in 2014, the French in 2015, and I want to say the U.S. Open in 2016. 3 times during the height of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, which is incredible. So this is his last. And Gael Monfils, who's easily the most electrifying player on tour for his entire career. So Monfils still to come if you want to jump on some tennis.
I did. I tailed you on that. I'll be in on that. I did a little fun parlay here. Or not fun. It's probably not fun at all. It's just the favorites parlays you and I were talking before. It's like, I don't know why. I don't do this as much anymore.
I don't know why I slept on it the first couple days.
I pulled up the odds screen and I'm just like, yeah, like it goes like minus 300 against someone I don't even know. So yeah, I did Francisco Cerundolo, Coco Gauff, and Victoria Mboko at a money line parlay. It's about minus 120.
Should win. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
The National Basketball Association. Yesterday, San Antonio Spurs not up the best of 7 Western Conference Final against the OKC Thunder.
Thank God.
2-2. Thank God for a couple perspectives. Yeah. By the way, 103-82. Kelly and I have not spoken about this, but what I think he's referring to is not only from our bets perspective on the Spurs, or at least those of us who have Spurs bets, but from a content perspective, this could have gotten ugly.
I have about 3 bets that I was prioritizing before content, but you're right. Yes, absolutely. This week could have gotten real long, real quick.
Because the NBA Finals beginning is set in stone on June 3rd.
Yeah, you know what?
And it's May 25th. So if it was 3-1 OKC and it's 3-0 already with the Knicks, that could have been ugly.
Yo, I caught that date this morning. I hadn't looked yet, like, of when that start date was. You know what? Doesn't feel as bad, actually, as what it normally is.
Now
it feels like it's like 10 days we're waiting.
Oh, yeah. Now it doesn't. 103-82 yesterday. Spurs, in game 3 went up 15-0 and then got clocked by the Thunder. Well, this time they were down 8-7. They went on a 16-0 run and led 23-8 and never really looked back. Led 28-19 at the end of the first. By the way, in that stretch, the highlight you will see most is at 25-12, where SGA, with the flop of all of his flops, not touched by De'Aaron Fox and just looking like he had a seizure on the court. Second quarter, first quarter, second quarter, overlapping that. 5 points on the front side, 5 points on the back, at 10-0 OKC run to cut it 28-24. But at 43-38 Spurs, 7-0 Spurs run to close the half, punctuated by a Wembanyama half quarter.
That was awesome.
Count it. Wembanyama with 22 at the break. OKC was 1 of 11 from 3 in the first half. That's kind of all you need to know. 9.1%. Cason Wallace then started the third quarter with a 3. That was followed by another Spurs 7-0 run. By this point, they're up 16. They'd run it up to 25. And it was kind of Katie bar the door from there. There was one 7-0 OKC run to make it 72-54, but I don't think they ever got closer than 18 the rest of the way. 103-82 Spurs. SGA 19 on 6 of 15 shooting in just 31 minutes. He didn't play the whole fourth quarter. Mark Daigneault was like, yeah, you just keep sitting. We're okay for today. Wembanyama, 33, 8, 5, 2 steals, 3 blocks in 31 minutes. He also played just 31 minutes. And OKC from behind the arc finished 6 of 33, 18.2%. Again, kind of all you need to know, the one stat. But Wembanyama was tremendous. 2-2. It's a de facto best of 3 now.
Yeah, kind of wild because it's like you almost like talk about both the games from Friday and Sunday, right? And it's just look, it's going to be a tight, long series, right? Over 5.5 games cashes for me, so that was nice, or will cash for me. But how much of the injury is going to come into play? Like that is it's been an issue both these games. I mean, I don't know about you. We were texting a bit on Friday night, but that was an alarming game, I think, for anybody who had any Spurs interest. I was on Spurs for that game too. It was okay. Even with I think the big takeaway from that was even with these injuries, the Thunder depth can be so overwhelming, and that's what happened Friday night. Thunder, everybody, all those guys they can throw at you. Spurs never seem to have a chance. And then you turn it on last night, and Spurs defense steps up, right? Shea's got another off game. Wemby finally steps up. It's just been the seesawing of the MVPs, seemingly, between Shea and Wemby and who's going to have a big game and kind of lead these teams. But big game by Spurs last night. We said this, about a Cavs game last week, where you can You can overreact, underreact if you want to this result last night. It was really bad shooting numbers. This is really bad.
But you know what? I was just about to say, it's really, like, you can analyze NBA games as much as you want. But in the game on game on Friday, what were the Thunder's percentages? 48.1% from the field, 44.7% from behind the arc. That's all it is. Again, basketball can be very simple, and people can then sort of say, oh, well, it was a good arc defense, or it was good this. No, sometimes the shots just go in and the shots don't go in.
Yeah, I think the big positive for any Spurs backers out there were the defensive intensity, forcing 20 turnovers last night and turning that into points, right? Like, I think they would have won that game even if you got an average shooting performance out of the Thunder. But it's just, for me, it's been injuries this whole series and big questions heading into the next game. And I think, Gil, as we head into the next game, it's okay. What's the deal with Jalen Williams? What's the deal with AJ Mitchell? Because you sure did look different with only kind of one true ball handler out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and being able to be attacked. And look, I thought De'Aaron Fox looked okay last night. He had 10 rebounds.
And really, I would say Harper did not look good on Friday.
He did not look good at all on Friday.
Even though he played.
Still don't know that what did he finish with last night? He still didn't really jump out to me.
No.
7 points, 2 of 4 shooting, only 21 minutes.
At least those two guys are playing through it.
Right.
And right now with Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell, we don't know their status for Game 5, which is tomorrow night. Remember, it's Game 5 tomorrow, Game 6 on Thursday, and if necessary, Game 7 on Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday, Game 7.
Clear your plans if that happens. And then there's the other side, the Knicks and the Cavs, which is tonight, a potential closeout for the Knicks in Game 4 in Cleveland tonight. How do you attack this one? We'll talk about that on the other side. And, oh, man, the Vegas Golden Knights. They're killing your hockey bet. Yours, Kelly Biller. Next on the Numbers Game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Racetrack Television Network brings you every race, from every track, on every screen, every day. With monthly packages starting as low as $5, RTN gives you great value and access to more live HD streaming and race replays than anyone. Visit RTN.tv today to sign up and watch on almost any device, including Roku and Amazon Fire. Use promo code TRYRTN for a 5-day free trial.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
Coming up on Monday's edition of Money Moves, join me, Stormy Bonantoni, and VSiN's own Matt Brown filling in for JVT. Lots to discuss from the weekend that was in the NBA and NHL postseason. After the Avs and Canes dropped their early games at home, we're diving into our thoughts on how they've responded. The Conn Smythe market continues to move. Plus, of course, all things Thunder, Spurs, and Cavs Kings. It's also a 13-game MLB card, so a busy Monday on deck. It all starts at 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern on VSiN.
Numbers Game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The clock is ticking on one of the best VSiN Pro offers of the year. This is your final week to get a full year of VSiN Pro. Normally, $240, just $199 now. When you sign up, we'll give you 2 extra months for free. That's 14 months of VSiN Pro access for less than 50 cents a day with promo code PRO. You'll get daily best bets from VSiN hosts and guests, real-time betting splits from DraftKings and Circa, AI-powered prop tools and matchup analysis, 24/7 live video, plus full show replays on the VSiN Watch app, plus all our special edition betting guides for every major sport throughout the year. Offer expires after May 31st, though, so don't wait. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe. Use promo code PRO. That's VSIN.com/subscribe. We get tweets at Beating the Book even on this fine Memorial Day. This is from, let's see, Grayson Rossi. Interesting trend I've been on. Chet under points, rebounds, assists. He's never gone over 24 in any game him and Wemby have played. It started at 24 game 1, 23 in game 4 last night. Set for 22.5 for game 5. Books catching on, but it's 9-0 to the under, regular and postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that, Grayson Rossi. T-Pars, too. Bandecci gets home this morning. Nice underdog to start the day. Thank you, Gil. Yeah, trying to get either Varinka or Udvardy home here as well. Mon-Fri still to come, but thank you for the kind note. This is from No Emu Doug. My multiple AVS, it's in caps. My multiple Avs futures, is what he's trying to say, and Conn Smythe bet are dying as we speak. I can accept that a better team is beating my bets. My NBA MVP losses, though, have been in ripoffs. By contrast, yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights. Can we just stop there for a second? Under John Tortorella now, they are 18-4-1. 18-4-1 since he took over with 8 games left in the regular season. Last night, Vegas, they fell down to Colorado 3-0 at the end of the first period. 3-0. What was the price on the Golden Knights down 3-0? Does anybody know?
I have no idea.
Golden Knights
17-1.
Golden Knights storm back, win at 5-3 last night. 5-3. That's the first time all season the Avalanche have lost consecutive games in which they've had the lead. That's it. Best team in hockey during the regular season. That is the first time, games 2 and 3, first time, regular season or post, that the Avalanche have lost consecutive games in which they've had a lead. The Golden Knights did that to them in games 2 and 3, and the Knights lead it 3-0 in the best of 7 Western Conference Finals. And the Golden Knights are on the cusp, 1 win away from heading to their 3rd Stanley Cup final in 9 seasons of existence. Unbelievable.
It's crazy. Looks like 13-1-ish live, down 3-0.
13-1 when they're down 3-0. Anybody take that? Anybody?
Nope.
Bueller?
No, I was sitting there all pumped about my Avs ticket, or my NHL exact Stanley Cup final ticket. I was like, good, 3-0 lead. Don't have to worry about this game. Can just lock in on basketball. Also, why are they playing these games at the same time?
Oh, it kills me, man.
It
bothers me so much.
Do we think there's just zero crossover audience? Like, what?
Yeah, I guess that's what they think.
I mean, actually, the one that stands out to me more so than the hockey is the basketball starting late. Like, I guess I'd remember earlier Sunday afternoon games. Maybe I'm crazy, but
unlike with the Knicks and the Cavs, which we're about to talk about, Knicks lead that best of 7 Eastern Conference final of the NBA 3-0. No NBA team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit, famously in a best of 7. In hockey, for those who still have Avalanche tickets, Avalanche, by the way, 14-1 now to win the Cup. I'm surprised it's not longer. But it has happened 4 times in hockey that a team has come back from a 3-0 deficit in a best of 7 playoff series. The 1942 Toronto Maple Leafs, who could forget it?
Sure.
That was in a Stanley Cup final, by the way. That's the only time it's happened in a final. 75 Islanders versus the Penguins, 2010 Flyers versus the Bruins in the Eastern Conference semis, and the Los Angeles Kings in 2014, most recently, did against the Sharks in the first round out west.
Jonathan Quick.
That is correct, and that's all. That's all. 4 times. That's what the Avalanche are trying to do to buck history for the 5th time. Jeff Holdorf, curious, with Vegas up 3-0. Do you know what the pre-series price was to play Vegas to sweep the series? 4-0 over heavily favored Colorado. Had to be massive. Thank you for great shows every day. Appointment listening. Thank you, Jeff. And another great question. Because Falika asked this on the group chat last night. He goes, what was Vegas to sweep? Must have been astronomical. We'll get that for you. Jason Stark, hey, Gil. I have 2 boys, so a lot of movies here. Yes, the previews have gotten insane. It's so bad that they passed a law in Connecticut that theaters have to publish the actual start time of the movie now. Thank you. This close to moving
that's a thing in Connecticut. That's incredible.
Can I tell you something? If you're
Can you imagine something getting so bad you have to do that?
Listen, it's like, with movie theaters. It used to be a huge part of my life. This is only the second time since the pandemic that I've gone. It's just not a part of my life anymore. And so to be just, airdropped into a movie theater for the first time in all these years, I was like, are you kidding me? Another? Show the movie.
I mean, it is like, thank God you're a business.
Are you ready for the film yet? Yes, I am.
Like, thank God you're an industry that hasn't struggled at all recently, Gil. Let's continue to dupe people into what time a movie starts.
Make sure again to silence your phones. I've done that 5 times. Show the film. I want to see Michael.
See, I hate when it's like then it's roll the T-Mobile ad. You're like, why do I need this in the movie theater?
Keep it down for those around you. No, I'm not going to say anything. Just show the movie. Montreal Max, thank you, Gilly Kelly, for being on this holiday morning, as having you guys on live during the French Open is a valuable asset for us. But HBO Max is killing me with 2 concurrent stream limit. But they offer you 4 streams beyond multi-view, just not for sports. WTF. Well, that's a lot to unpack there. You have your own complaints about this kind of thing, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. No, I just think yesterday is such a great example. Like what an amazing sports day it is. Like every year, you got all these races going on. You got the French Open starting up. You got golf, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, everything going on. And it's just like it's what we've been complaining about for a few years now. But you can't the days of jumping around your old TV guide and hitting last buttons and everything. It's like, no, let me pull up Amazon Prime and go to this NASCAR race for 4 minutes before I have to exit out of Amazon Prime, and then I'm going to forget about the NASCAR race going on because I got to go over to this streaming service to put on, I got to go to HBO Max to put on the French Open. It's just, it's too much.
Chuckism 1, did you sneak any food or drink into the theater? Plus EV, he said, of course I did, Chuck, come on. What are you thinking? Of course we did. James Sott, I don't know why you guys were worried about the Knicks Cavs ending early. Kenny Atkinson told me the Cavs are up 2-1 via analytics. This is, by the way, again, it's one of my pet peeves. Because Kenny Atkinson should be smart enough to know that saying that is going to have everybody's lowest common denominator jump down his throat.
Yeah.
You do know what he means, right? With whatever the gobbledygook or blah, expected points, whatever that stuff is. So he had a moment where he felt the need to communicate, hey, actually, it's not as bad as it looks. He shouldn't have, and no one cares. But let's hold 2 thoughts in our head at the same time. He should never have said it. But,
it is funny, Gil.
Yeah.
You and I didn't talk about it, but all I thought when I first heard it, I was like, oh, Kenny. Oh, you can't say that. Leave that for goobers like me to say, right? Leave that for guys like me to try to defend how well you're playing by saying stuff like that. This is what we bring up. You don't bring this up. Don't bring this up.
Oh, you know what Jason Stark is showing me? Something that with a little fine print under Star Wars: The Mandalorian. He goes, movies start 25 to 30 minutes after showtime. Well, didn't see that.
Well, at least whatever app that is puts that on there. That's
good for AMC theaters. I think I did go to an AMC theater. All right, as far as the Cavs and the Knicks, it's game 4 tonight. The Knicks are up 3-0. Knicks roll the Cavs again in game 3. And again, this has never happened. No team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the NBA. Knicks are favored by 2.5 points tonight. Totals at 218.5. My only comment on this is if you want to bet the Cavaliers, my only question to you is, what's your justification? There are no hero points in betting. So I don't know what your philosophy is. I'm not saying the Cavs can't win it. They very well can. But I just don't know what your philosophy is on this. Anything from you? I got nothing in this game.
I laid the 2.5 small with the Knicks. I'm with you on the Cleveland side.
Because there's a capitulation factor that's possible here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And look, I heard Will bring it up on By the Books too. I love that Will and I see so eye to eye on this. If you're into laying alts, I think this is probably a good game too. This could easily get out of hand, and New York just steamrolls over the Cavs. But kind of every time I go to look at those alt prices, Gil, I do the same thing Will does, where I'm like, I just feel like I should be getting a little bit more bang for my buck on these. So, yeah, I laid the 2.5 small. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything more than that. It's just like I guess I could say the Cavs have shot the 3-ball really poorly all series. Yeah, that's a thing. Is that going to turn around, though, and turn around tonight and then save their series? Yeah, probably not.
Anything about this changes how you feel about the Knicks in the NBA Finals, assuming they get there?
No.
Whether it's versus OKC or San Antonio?
No, it's tough, man. It's tough because this is as good as we've ever seen this Knicks core play together, and seeing the wing players step up has been incredible. It's still a really crappy Eastern Conference.
Yeah. It's like we say in tennis. This represents a step up in competition for this player.
Yeah.
That's what this would be. Coming back, Greg Peterson. Baseball plays. Numbers game. VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime.
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup. Then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Don't forget about the sharp plays, unmatched transparency with records updated daily, AI betting analysis, real-time global betting info, alerts directly from the pros. Sharpplays.com. You can scan the QR code on the screen for more information. Back when the San Francisco Giants, Kelly Bidlin, were winning 3 World Series in a 5-year span, 2010, 2012, 2014, we used to afterwards be like, all right, who are all the Giants that played on all 3 of those World Series teams? And it was some of the names you would know, right? Mad Bum, Timmy Lincecum, Buster Posey, Pablo Sandoval. And then it gets a little dicey because it goes to the bullpen, right?
Yeah.
So it's Sergio Romo. It's
haven't thought about it.
Affeldt. It's Lopez. How many is that now? How many did I get?
3 from the Pens. You're up to 7 or 5.
Casilla. This is where it gets really like Giants hardo-ish. And then who did I forget? Oh, Matt Cain was not actually on the roster. But it was those guys. The Vegas Golden Knights they haven't won 3 Stanley Cups. I get it. But it's 3 Stanley Cup finals in a span of 9 years. Can you name the 3 players that if they get there will have played in all?
Oh, God, not at all. Absolutely not.
Speaking of Greg Peterson, let's see if he can answer that. Greg Peterson joins us now, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line on this Memorial Day. Good morning, Greg.
Mark Stone.
No.
Hey, I'm doing great, and I have no idea whatsoever who those players are.
Really? I would think even tangent, like even just casual being here, you would know the players. Shea Theodore.
Yeah. Okay.
William Karlsson, Braden McNabb.
Karlsson's still on that team? Jeez.
They had there's a couple Karlssons, but William Karlsson, though.
Bill. Bill, right?
No, John. Former Capital, I believe, as well. Anyway, that's just the kind of a Giants fan thing to think of. So it's full day baseball here, Greg Peterson, but we don't have 4 teams playing, which seems un-American. Do you get excited? Are you invited to a barbecue later today, or for you, is it just standard schedule? You leave here, you run 12 miles, that sort of thing.
I am very much a man of routine, Gil. I'm going to be doing my jog a little bit earlier today. It's getting nice and warm, so we're going to be putting in a good sweat. I'll get in a nice lift. I will maybe eat something a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm like a typical chicken breast and vegetables guy. Maybe throw in there like a little bit of shrimp, a little bit more of the steak on this day. I'll make that myself, and I'll go to work, make sure that the podcast is all up at midnight Pacific, 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern, like I always do. So for me, it is business as usual.
I love it. And the podcast, by the way, he says a jog. He's going for 12 miles, a jog.
Yeah.
The podcast, Coast to Coast Hoops, college basketball, does not stop with Greg. He is still podcasting college hoops and the baseball betting show for our purposes here today. It's full day baseball. Let's start with the Tampa Bay Rays, best record in all of baseball. And for now, the best record in the month of May for those who have bet on this sort of thing. Rays are 16-4, and the Guardians are 16-7. So right now, it would dead heat at Caesars if the month were to end today. This just in, it does not. 6 games left. By the way, the reason there's 6 games left in the month of May for both of those is because the Rays have had 2 postponements at the Red Sox and at the Yankees.
Oh, man.
So for dead heat purposes, that's a gift to the Guardians. For circa purposes,
right,
it could go either way on that. It might be a helpful thing to the Rays. We'll never know. Anyway, back to today. And Greg, sorry about that, Greg. Brief parenthetical aside there, Greg. Rays play this morning. You have a play in the Rays game.
Absolutely. And I will say, by the way, speaking of the Coast to Coast Hoops podcast, thank you, LSU, for making this last week very, very easy to do podcasts. So we appreciate that here in the month of May. But that said, what I appreciate is what the Rays have been able to do as well. You mentioned it. Winners of 16 out of their 20 games here in the month. And Sugar Shane McClanahan has been great for this Rays team. He's been able to supply sub-3 ERA, sub-3 fielding independent. And for the Orioles, this offense has been much better at home rather than away from them. You have to have some question marks here with the fact that this bullpen has been in the bottom 8 in terms of ERA. Kyle Bradish, who gets a start for them, 4.8 walks per 9 innings. And I feel like the Rays offense is very undervalued. You've got so many guys like Yandy Diaz, Jonathan Aranda that do a nice job, move line, getting on base. Junior Caminero had 44 home runs last year. He's back on pace for 35 plus this year as well. With the Rays, they had a shaky start to the season for their bullpen. They've been able to round into form. And the Rays, they have the best record right now in the American League. They've been playing as such. I laid about a -120 here on that Rays money line.
Okay, Rays to keep it going from Greg. Nats and Guardians, speaking of the Guardians, Guardians are big favorites in this game, but you're playing the total here?
I'm playing the total, and I do like the Guardians on the run line as well. You're seeing that right around plus 120, plus 125, because I just think that they pound Zach Littell in this game. With Zach Littell, he has got a 5.83 ERA, fielding independent of a 7.37. He's getting 4.5 strikeouts per 9 innings and is allowing 2.9 home runs per 9 innings. He's quite literally lucky that his ERA is below a 6, and then he's backed up by a Washington Nationals bullpen that's in the bottom 8 in terms of ERA. Guardians have been more of a league average team in terms of their bullpen in terms of ERA this year as well. That's a little bit uncharacteristic. Typically, they find themselves in the top 5, but like Eric Sabrowski, Tim Aaron, they've been pretty rock solid. And for the Guardians, this offense has been better than it has been in the past. They're more of a league average team this year, despite the fact that some of your guys like Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez, that we all know and love, they haven't necessarily been great. It's been more of the guys like Brian Roque, Anel Martinez, that have been able to step up for the Guardians. Do you think that they are able to get a little bit more of the star guys here today and moving forward? And additionally, I do think that Tanner Bybee gives you a relatively solid start. He's been posting up an ERA more than 2.5 points lower at home rather than away from home. So like the Guardians run line and that 8 total to the over.
Before we get to your other 3 as part of your Fab 5 on this Memorial Day for baseball, Greg, since we just paired the two together talking about the top of the May standings, Rays Guardians. I have the Guardians under season win total for the season. They're killing me. Rays obviously overachieving per most pre-flop expectations. Which of those two teams do you think is the more sustainable in terms of their success? Rays or Guardians?
Tampa Bay Rays. I love their starting rotation. They haven't even gotten great bullpen pitching just yet, and it feels like they've been getting better and better in that bullpen by the week. Like we saw what they were able to put out there over the weekend against the New York Yankees, played them really well. I think that this Rays team is very much a real deal, and they've been really good at the trop this year. Like a lot of people wouldn't think this, but in the past, the Rays have typically not been the world's greatest team when they've been at home. They've been good on the road. They've been good at home. It just feels like a really well-rounded team. And while they might not be able to make the World Series, because I feel like oftentimes with the Rays style, they burn themselves up by the time they get to the postseason. They play every game like it's their last. That's really good if you're betting day-to-day and if you're betting a, shall we say, divisional prop.
Let's go to the National League. Phillies Padres. It's Luzardo against Vasquez.
Yep, and Randy Vasquez, in my opinion, has been one of the most improved pitchers in all baseball this year. So taking a shot on plus money on the Padres on the money line. And Jesus Luzardo has pitched much better than the ERA would indicate. Right around 4.85 ERA, 2.86 fielding independent. He's not giving up the deep ball a lot, but he's also got a Philadelphia Phillies lineup behind him that's 24th in the league in terms of run creation away from home. Padres have a sub-3 bullpen ERA at home. You can get to Jason Adam, Mason Miller. That's, in my opinion, the best 8th and 9th inning punch in all of baseball. Padres seem to be finding a little bit more on offense with Gavin Sheets. So Fernando Tatis Jr. having as many home runs as the three of us, and neither of us have went into a professional batter's box this season. So that's not a place where you want to be, but do think that they're going to round into form a little bit more there to take a shot on plus money on the Padres on the money line.
Greg, you don't know that about Kelly. He might have played some minor league ball at some point here.
Might have.
Dodgers.
I could look at the box scores and not see Kelly Bidlin in there this season.
That's true. Look now. Dodgers, 1.5 lead over the Padres in the NL West.
No way.
Rockies, Dodgers at Chavez Ravine tonight. How are you playing this?
Yeah, I liked that run line before. Now you're getting minus 150. This has gotten to a point of no return. Instead, you could look at the over of 9. I was thinking you were going to get Kyler Freeland a little bit earlier. Now it's looking like Tanner Gordon. That's actually a downgrade. Tanner Gordon for his career, well above a 5 ERA. He's gotten pounded like crazy. And Emmett Sheehan has been giving up quite a few runs as well. Over a 4.70 ERA, he's been giving up about 1.8 home runs per 9 innings. Dodgers have actually scored more than a full run and a half more when they've been away from home rather than at home. I think that you're going to get a little bit more offense out of this Dodgers lineup at home. Additionally, you saw them be able to bust out over the weekend against the Milwaukee Brewers for 2 big games. So I think that really gets the ball rolling. I like that total of 9 to the over in this Dodgers versus Rockies game.
All right, and then finally, AL West game between the Mariners and the Athletics. The no-account Mariners, who I bet on for most wins in the month of May. Todd was right. So frustrating. This is a virtual coin flip in this one.
Yep, and I want no part of Luis Castillo in a coin flip. Like, man, this has not been great. Now, likely going to be piggybacking with Bryce Miller. In his 2 starts thus far this season, Miller has been solid, but throughout his career, he's got an ERA that's a full point and a half worse when he's away from home rather than at home. Aaron Savali has been really good for the A's as far this season. Do think that there might be a little bit of regression there. Not to the point where you get to send it after the over. Mariners are right now dealing with the Cal Raleigh injury. They've been a bottom 8 team in terms of run creation away from home. 10.5, too rich for my blood, so I like the under, but do think that the A's go out there, get the job done in a relatively pick-em game at home. Took the Athletics on the money line.
All right, Rays over the O's, Nats Guardians over 8, Padres over the Phillies, a slight dog, Rockies Dodgers over 8.5, and the Athletics over the Mariners. Greg Peterson's Fab 5. Greg, enjoy the day. Enjoy your run. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Greg Peterson, everybody, at @GUnit_81 on Twitter. Little country clubbing next.
VSiN's player prop projection tool is now available for the NBA. Get projections for points, assists, rebounds, and more powered by Opta AI. On VSiN.com/NBA props, we line up our projections against the latest DraftKings odds so you can quickly spot mismatches and find value before the market adjusts. The NBA player prop projections tool is available exclusively to VSiN Pro subscribers. Check it out now at VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Your favorite VSiN shows and personalities are now available to download as podcasts. Catch every hour of our live broadcast with VSiN Best Bets, or find your go-to show and download it directly. Get instant reactions to last night's games, sharp analysis on today's biggest matchups, and everything in between. Whether you're commuting, working out, or just catching up, VSiN lets you take the action with you wherever and whenever you want. Search VSiN on your favorite podcast platform and get in on the action with VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Back on the Numbers Game, live from Circa Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin. We get tweets at Beating the Book. Doug Tuttle, what day this week do you expect to talk about June wins? Man, I hadn't thought about it. It's the 25th today, so we have to do it this week because the 1st is on Monday. Yeah, so we have to do it Friday or Thursday.
Well, I mean, we can only do it if they're posted.
We can only do it if they're posted. That's right. And my guess is Circa will not have them posted by the time we do it, but Caesars probably will. Bat signal to Eric Biggio over at Caesars William Hill.
Yeah, I would hope Friday they're up at least there. We can discuss them then. Otherwise, it'll be bright and early on Monday morning.
Jason Schaumburg at Xiaomi. What was the slot book Fezzik was promoting on Friday's show? Do you remember?
I do not. I had it written down.
Danny Higgins is efforting it right now. Breaking the slot code. Breaking the slot code. And the author, Danny, do you know? Ben Rosenthal. Breaking the slot code. There you go. All right. No, we're just doing this show off the cuff. Look at there. Look at her, the beautiful Iga Swiatek, right on the set there with your boy Lefko. Which means we got to go.
Why is he my boy? He bothers me more than like anybody. Although I like his jacket.
Oh God. Let's go country club and let's do it. No? Oh, a little slow. A little slow. It's all right. Glow sticks aren't slow though. Well, this has been a rough tennis morning. 1-4 for me with Mon-Fri pending later this afternoon. The one was a big one though; it was over 2 units, but still not a good start to the French Open. Choppy to say the least. Not good, and particularly a couple ladies' performances that I cannot explain at all. Penna Udvardy and what was the other one already? I can't even remember. I already forgot already. But both of the performances on the ladies' side were just awful this morning. So I apologize for those for subscribers. We had a great Clay has been interesting because Madrid was great. Rome sucked. Last week with the Fakakta tournaments was great. This week, first 2 days, it's not the end of the world if Mon-Fils wins today, but still not a good start to the French Open. Danny Higgins has put out has found this. This is the men's French Open without Sinner. So we reached the without Scheffler phase of the men's tour.
Good.
With Carlos Alcaraz out for both the French Open and Wimbledon. So this is the men's French without Yannick Sinner. Sasha Zverev is the short shot, plus 320. Rafa Hodar, who made quick work in his match today, straight set winner, he's at 6-1. Casper Ruud, who has the best clay numbers of anybody on this board, is at plus 650. Novak Djokovic, 7-1, everybody else double digits. And quite frankly, those are accurate numbers, in my opinion. Djokovic didn't look great against Giovanni Mepeci Pericard the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Was that yesterday? Yesterday.
Yeah. Watching a lot of that.
Didn't look great. Won it in 4 sets. Pericard's worst surface is clay. His serve gets mitigated. He's a bit of a serve bot. Really good server. Terrible, really, besides that. Djokovic had a little more trouble than he should have with him. Should have, but, I don't know if you know this. The man's 38 years old. So I don't know if should have is the correct verbiage on that anymore. So, actually 39 years old, pardon me. I don't want to shortchange him. 39 years old, just turned on May 22nd. So, for me, again, and this is sort of related, if you listen to the Beating the Book podcast, which I did with Drew and Zach Cohen, Drew Dinsick, Zach Cohen, Casper Ruud is the guy that we all consensus felt would beat Djokovic, and would be a great bet against Djokovic if they meet in the round of 16, I believe it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the best value is either Hodar or Ruud, 6-1 or plus 650 in the winner without Sinner market.
So are they both on the other side of the bracket?
Great question.
Top or bottom, because that's where this handicap comes in, right? If you're really thinking Sinner makes it to the finals, then who's meeting him?
So let's define what this means here, winner without Sinner. In golf, it's very easy to determine winner without Scheffler.
Right.
Whoever's got the low score. The fine print here is what happens if there's a tie? No one gets past a certain round. See what I'm saying? It's a different sport, so I don't know how this works. I have to read the fine print on this.
Right?
No, what I'm saying is, what if there is a What if multiple players, and let's say the players in this market that go the furthest all get knocked out in the same round at the end? So let's say two of these guys get to the quarterfinals, the last two remaining on this board get to the quarters, and they both get knocked out. You dead heat those two guys? Is that what happens?
No, but you can't. Right? Like, am I thinking about this right? Because let's say Sinner makes the final. Whoever makes.
Yeah, but what if the person who makes the final is not on this board? Or is
I'm assuming everybody's
human?
listed. I'm assuming everybody's
okay.
listed.
So then whoever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense. So for me, it's Hodar and Ruud, but of course you would have to go to the draw itself.
Because otherwise, right? If you're betting, sorry, is it top or bottom or sides when we're referring to the tennis brackets? Like, is it the same side as Sinner, or is it the top or bottom?
Yeah,
right?
You have to go to the draw itself, right?
Because you almost can't bet anybody on his side.
That is correct.
I mean, if you are, bet it in a different market. Bet it in just the outright market, or to make the final.
Well, so to answer your question, right? Of these players, the folks that are on Sinner's side, just at a quick glance,
like Zverev's got to be on the other side, right? That's why he's as short as he is.
Zverev is on the other side. Well, I'll do. Okay, I have it listed here. I'm sorry. So we should really be prepared for these segments. My bad on these. So on Sinner's side, Sinner is on Q1. Sinner is in Q1. In Q1 and Q2 to go along with Jannik Sinner, and this would effectively eliminate them from consideration here, would be Ben Shelton, Luciano Darderi, Matteo Berrettini, Daniil Medvedev, Flavio Cobolli, Lerner Tien, and my guy Francisco Cerundolo. My guy because I happen to win the quarter. Everybody else,
he's not even listed.
Everybody else here, right? This entire group is on the other side, besides Medvedev.
Besides Medvedev, yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say, that's the only name I heard.
I can't vouch for Mensik and Mahach off the top of my head, to be honest with you. But all these other, like, and Shelton is on his side, as we said. But Ruud, Paul, Fonseca, Djokovic, Hodar, Zverev, they're all on the other side. So, yeah, goes back to what we said at the beginning. Ruud and Hodar for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the answer. By the way, Taylor Fritz, the big upset of the first round of the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Beaten by Basaveretti.
I only know that.
Mishesh Basaveretti in his first ever main draw in a slam.
Oof. I only know that, Gil, because as always, when Taylor Fritz goes out, we get at least a couple tweets about Joe Sorello.
That's right. and that's one of those where I would never, like, Zheng Xinwen lost today, and there's a little bit of regret for me because I'm like, I had to lean on her opponent, but I didn't have the onions to play it. There was no such lean in the Fritz match. Like, there was no way I would have ever played Basaveretti. So anyway, that's the answer to that question for me, is Hodar or Ruud.
Isn't that interesting, like the betting mindset? Like, we were talking about that on Long Shots last week when you asked me about Wyndham Clark, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like PGA Championship, Aaron Rye. No consideration whatsoever. So it's really hard to be angry about that.
Yeah.
Wyndham Clark was in consideration
it's the
for
same
me,
thing for
and
me.
didn't bet.
Same thing for me. So some of them you have regrets. Some of them there's no world in which you would bet. Here's the women's French. This has nobody. In other words, there's no market without anybody here. It's everybody. Iga, quick work of her opponent Emerson Jones today. She was on the court for an hour. I think won at 6-1, 6-2 or 6-2, 6-1. Either way, Iga's on her way to the second round. She is co-short shots with Aryna Sabalenka, who's yet to play, plus 275. Did Sabalenka play yet? I don't think she played yet. Coco 6-1. Rybakina won this morning. She's plus 650. Mira Andreeva, that is 9-1. Everybody else double digits. Alina Svitolina, who is the shortest of the rest, she survived a scare this morning against Anna Bondar. She had to go to a third set tiebreaker to win it. That could have been the second upset of the day. Although the Zheng Xinwen at the bottom of your screen, she lost in straights to Schwalinska this morning, which I do have some regret about. Iga, still the girl to beat, but Coco's got the best of the draw. I don't think anything's changed from what we were talking about last week here. The draw did Iga no favors, even though she's the queen of clay, looking for her 5th Roland Garros title. But Coco got the best of it, and so I think there's a lot of value. If you wanted to bet Coco, it makes sense based on the draw. The upper part of that draw, so much easier than the bottom half, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, Sabalenka tomorrow.
Yeah, Sabalenka tomorrow.
Jessica Buzas Monero is who she's playing.
Shouldn't have any trouble with her, but Buzas Monero is not terrible.
Anything that you bet that's still left in action today?
Just the Monfils. Just the Monfils. Suzan Bandecchi is saving us from disaster today. If Monfils can win again, it's not, then, you lose a little less than 2 units. Still a bad day, but not disaster if Monfils can win.
And then what futures we got? We got Sinner. You and I are both on Sinner.
Sinner, but at numbers that no longer exist.
Cerundolo quarter.
Cerundolo quarter. Swiatek on the lady side. There it is, right there on the screen.
Boom.
Not to mention the Spurs to win the finals, also pictured at 19-1.